Hello, everyone, and welcome out to Orange County Great Park Stadium here in Irvine, California, for tonight's CCL matchup featuring your Orange County Riptide and the Santa Barbara Foresters. The Santa Barbara Foresters come into the ballgame at the top of the CCL, a 15-4 league record, 17-5 overall. They are riding a 5-game winning streak. Right behind them, that's us, the Orange County Riptide, 10-8 league record, 11-9-1 overall, and we are enjoying a 2-game winning streak. On the mound today for the Riptide, the local boy, Devin Sartorius, otherwise known as DJ Sartorius, always a fan favorite out here in Irvine, California. He's a left-handed pitcher, 6 feet tall, 175 pounds, out of Capistrano Valley Christian High School, also out of Dana Point, California. Currently at Biola University, but previously attended Saddleback College. We'll take a look at the starting lineup for the Santa Barbara Foresters, and it looks like this. Leading things off, Eric Kennedy. Hitting second, Nick Bellafronto. Hitting third, Christian Franklin. Hitting fourth, Quinton Selma. Hitting fifth, Blake Hall. Hitting sixth, Ross Cadena. Hitting seventh, Drew Baker. Hitting eighth, Connor McKenna. And batting ninth, Tevin Tucker. The first pitch of the ball game is fouled back towards the netting, 0-1. Defensively, for your Orange County Riptide, in left field, Michael Peabody. At center field, Connor Roby. In right field, Dylan Rock. At third base, Andre Antone. At short, Carson Matthews. At second base, Max Ferguson. As the pitch is taken for a strike to even up the count at 1. Trey Lipscomb at first base. Behind the plate, Connor Aoki. And, of course, on the mound, DJ Sartorius. Ryder Lamb, our bat boy, had another standoff during the national anthem. And once again, he has been deemed victorious, as this one has popped up in foul territory behind the plate and making the play. Connor Aoki, one away.
Now batting number 16, Nick Bellafronto.
That'll bring up Nick Bellafronto. And, of course, when the Santa Barbara Foresters are in town, so is their superfan. Superfan out in full force today. Of course, he is very close with the Santa Barbara Foresters because he was formerly the superfan for UC Irvine, which produced a lot of talent for Santa Barbara. So that is where his heart desires to be. Lefty on righty matchup as Nick Bellafronto steps into the box. Here comes the pitch from Sartorius, runs inside. Inner half, called a strike, 0-1. Bellafronto out of Sanford University, 6'1", 220 pounds, also out of San Jose, California. Sartorius delivers the pitch on the outer half, taken for a ball. It's 1-1. Bellafronto at Stanford is a public policy major. He attended Bayard Mine High School. Sartorius looks down the barrel to get a sign. Delivers a 1-1 pitch. Way inside. 2 balls and 1 strike now. We'll take a look at the numbers for Devin Sartorius this season with the Riptide. Prior to the ball game, he had thrown 25 complete innings, posting a 3.24 ERA. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Ripped out towards left field, and there is no doubt about it. Michael Peabody gives it a look, but Nick Bellafronto goes deep to give the Santa Barbara Foresters a 1-0 lead here in the top half of the first.
Now batting number 9, Christian Franklin.
Devin Sartorius threw Bellafronto and Cookie, and Bellafronto devoured it, no doubt about it. Cleared the left field fence, 1-0 in favor of Santa Barbara. Here's the chopper towards the right side. The second baseman plays it on a hop, throws over to first, 2 men down. That was the first home run of the season for Nick Bellafronto.
Quinton Selma.
3-way tie for the Santa Barbara Foresters in regards to their leaders in home runs. One of them is Christian Franklin. The other, Eric Kennedy. And the third, Ross Calena. Pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Nick Bellafronto will actually be one of the players featured at the CCL All-Star Game. The Riptide in particular are sending a ton of talent to the Urban Youth Academy on July 10th at 7 p.m. You'll be able to watch that game on Fox Sports West. 1 ball and 1 strike to Quentin Selma at the plate. I'll give you a list of the Riptide players who are going shortly. Here's a 1-1 pitch. That's chopped foul, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Quentin Selma waits on deck. 1-0 ball game. We're in the top half of the first inning. Sartorius looks down the barrel to get a sign. The 1-2 fastball on the outer half that misses. The count is even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sartorius opened up the ball game with a pop-up behind the plate. Bellafronto then hit a home run that cleared the left field fence as a 2-2. On the outer half, the home plate umpire pulls the trigger for strike 3, so that'll put an end to the top half of the first. To the bottom half of the first inning we go. 1-0 in favor of the Santa Barbara Foresters. To the bottom half of the first inning we go.
Michael Peabody.
The right-hander, Jake Jackson, out of the University of Nevada, Reno, takes the mound for the Santa Barbara Foresters. He's 6'1", 190 pounds, out of Lake Forest, California. He attended El Toro High School. Michael Peabody leads things off for the Riptide. He pops this one up towards the left side in foul territory, and it falls amongst a trio of Foresters, but everyone unable to make the play. So Michael Peabody lucked out during his first pitch of the AB. Taking a look at the lineup for your Riptide. Connor Obie waits on deck. He hits second. Dylan Rock batting third. Hitting cleanup, Andre Antone. Hitting fifth, Connor Aoki. Hitting sixth, Trey Lipscomb. Hitting seventh, Daniel Jung. Hitting eighth, Max Ferguson. And batting ninth, Carson Matthews. No balls and 1 strike to Peabody. The right-hander delivers the pitch on the outer half. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Defensively for the Santa Barbara Foresters. In left field, Eric Kennedy. In center field, Christian Franklin. In right field, Blake Hall. As the pitch is ripped out towards left center field, Franklin on the run at the track, looking up, and you can say bye to that one in 3 different languages. Sayonara, aloha, and adios. Michael Peabody, with his first home run of the season, ties up the ball game at 1.
Now batting from UT Arlington, number 2, Connor Obi.
So a home run from each team here in the first inning. That's got us on tied up at 1. We'll continue with the defensive lineup. For the Foresters, at third base, Drew Baker. At shortstop, Tevin Tucker. At second base, Connor McKenna. At first base, Quentin Selma. Behind the plate, Ross Cadena. And, of course, on the mound, Jake Jackson. So how about it, huh? Nick Bellafronto hit a home run towards left field in the top of the first. Michael Peabody hits a home run here in the bottom half of the first inning that cleared the left center field fence. All tied up at 1 from Irvine, California. Joe Cruz, I agree with you, buddy. What a start indeed. Pitch is fouled back towards the netting. The count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Connor Obi at the plate. Dylan Rock awaits on deck. Another beautiful day for a ball game out here in Irvine, California. Not a cloud in the sky, comfortable weather. Oh, Southern California, you've never looked better. Here's the 2-2 pitch. On the outer half, home plate umpire says that Obi did not go. The count is full 3-2. Dylan Rock on deck, Andre Antone in the hole. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back, so we'll do it again at 3-2. So today's matchup featuring DJ Sartorius and Jake Jackson is identical to the matchup we had on June 12th. It was Sartorius against Jackson as this is hit out towards the left side. The shortstop picks it, throws over towards first, 1 away. In that game on June 12th, where both of these pitchers started off the ball game, the Riptide came out victorious. The final score of 4-3 in favor of Orange County. That'll give an opportunity for Dylan Rock with 1 man down and no man on. Dylan Rock hitting .355 on the season as he fouls this one back. Daniel Jung actually leads the team in batting average, hitting .362 himself. It's no balls and 1 strike, 1 man down. The right-hander delivers the pitch. On the inner half, caught a strike, now it's 0-2. Andre Antone out of Irvine, California, in the on-deck circle for the Riptide. 1-1 ball game here in the bottom half of the first. No balls and 2 strikes remains the count for Dylan Rock. In 62 at-bats, Dylan Rock has 22 hits. He swings and misses at a slider in the dirt. Second out of the inning for the Foresters.
Now batting from UC Irvine, number 30, Andre Antone.
That'll make way for Andre Antone out of the University of Irvine. Antone hitting .281 on the season. He flies this one out towards dead center field. Christian Franklin takes a few steps back. He makes the play and the inning is over. But one swing of the bat ties up the ball game for the Riptide. Solo shot from Michael Peabody, all tied up at 1 as we head to the top half of the second inning. You're watching OC Riptide Baseball via YouTube Live. Jonathan Ortiz behind the mic. Blake Hall out of Oral Roberts University steps into the box to open up things here in the top half of the second inning. He's out of Magnolia, Arkansas. He attended Hill College prior to Oral Roberts. The left-hander delivers the pitch on the outer half, just misses the black. 1 ball and no strikes. Blake Hall, 6 feet tall, 195 pounds. At Oral Roberts last season, he hit .289 as he'll make it to first base safely with an infield single. It was a chopper over the head of DJ Sartorius. He tried to reach out for it, then fell to the ground. Max Ferguson was looking to recover, but could not get his hand on the ball. That'll give an opportunity to Ross Cadena out of Wichita State. 5'9", 195 pounds. He's also out of South Lake, Texas. He attended South Lake Carroll High School. No men down, 1 man on. We're in the top half of the second inning. All tied up at 1. Sartorius takes a peek towards first base, settles back in, delivers a pitch on the outer half for a ball. It's 1-0. On the season, we'll take a look at the numbers for Ross Cadena. Hitting .269, accompanied by 2 home runs and 11 RBIs. The left-hander delivers a pitch. It's ripped out towards left field. Michael Peabody will play it on a hop. Back-to-back singles to open up business in the top half of the second inning for the Santa Barbara Foresters.
Number 4, Drew Baker.
Drew Baker steps into the box. Lefty on righty matchup. Sartorius looks down the barrel to get a sign, delivers a pitch. It's in the dirt. Skips away from Connor Aoki, pardon me. Giving an opportunity for the runners to advance. Drew Baker has only 4 at-bats this season, has yet to find himself on base via a hit. Sartorius delivers a 1-0 pitch. It's on the inner half, called a strike. The count is even at 1-1. Connor McKenna awaits on deck for the Foresters. They have runners on third and second with no men down. A pivotal opportunity for Santa Barbara to regain the lead here in the top of the second inning. Here's a 1-run from DJ Sartorius. Chopper towards the right side. Ferguson is there. He'll play it on a hop. Throw over towards first. Scoring on the play from third base, Blake Hall. 2-1 Foresters.
Now batting number 13, Connor McKenna.
From the University of Oklahoma, Connor McKenna steps into the plate. Also out of Carlsbad, California. Prior to Oklahoma, he attended Palomar Community College. He breaks his bat but hits it into left center field for an RBI single. 3-1 ball game in favor of the Sturs.
Now batting number 2, Tevin Tucker.
That'll make way for Tevin Tucker out of West Virginia University. Tucker out of Prince George, Virginia, also attended Prince George High School. 6 feet tall, 175 pounds. Tucker hitting .233 on the season. Throw back over towards first, not in time. Eric Kennedy and the top of the lineup awaits on deck for Santa Barbara. DJ Sartorius delivers a pitch. Fastball on the outer half, called a strike. It's now 0-2. Or check that, 0-1. Blake Hall and Ross Cadena opened up the inning with a pair of singles. Throw back over towards first, nothing doing. They then managed to move on over to scoring position via a wild pitch. Drew Baker steps into the box. He hit a ground ball for a sacrifice. Then Connor McKenna broke his bat and singled into center field to score Ross Cadena, the second run of the inning for the Foresters. Tevin Tucker looking to continue the rally for Santa Barbara. The runner goes. They've got him picked off. Throw back over towards first. He's in a pickle in between first and second base. Here we go. Let's see how long this will last. Well, it's going for a while. The runner refusing to give up. It'll be a tag applied at his leg. A head-first dive, but the first base umpire says that the out was made. No balls and 1 strike remains the count here for Tevin Tucker. Sartorius delivers the 0-1 pitch. Bunt is shown laid down towards the third base side. Sartorius strong throw over towards first. Dug out nicely out of the dirt by Trey Lipscomb for the third and final out of the inning. But Santa Barbara scores 2 runs this half inning to give them a 3-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the second.
number 19, Connor Aoki.
Out of Binghamton University, Connor Aoki opens things up in the bottom half of the second inning. He'll be followed by Trey Lipscomb and Daniel Jung. If anyone gets on, Max Ferguson. 3-1 ball game. The right-hander delivers the pitch. Misses on the outer half, 1-0. Connor Aoki, out of Huntington Beach, California. He attended Edison High School as the 1-0 pitch is hit towards the left side and into left field for a leadoff single.
Now batting from the University of Tennessee, number 23, Trey Lipscomb.
Now out of the University of Tennessee, Trey Lipscomb steps into the box. He's a switch hitter. Throws from the right side. But despite him being able to hit from both sides of the plate, he's going from the right against a right-handed pitcher. It's a slider foul towards the left side. He was out in front. He's 6'3", 190 pounds, out of Urbana High School and Frederick, Maryland. Connor Aoki leads off at first. He opened up the inning with a single towards left field. Jake Jackson delivers the 0-1 pitch. It's in there for a strike. Now it's 0-2. Trey Lipscomb took a look back at the home plate umpire. I'm not too sure whether or not he agreed with the call. Daniel Jung awaits on deck. The right-hander looks down the barrel to get a sign, then steps off the rubber. Slight breeze blowing out towards left field. We're in the bottom half of the second inning. 3-1 ball game in favor of Santa Barbara. No balls and 2 strikes turns into strike 3. Trey Lipscomb swings and misses out of ball
Now
way
batting
off
from
the plate.
Number 11, Daniel Jung.
As Daniel Jung, the left-handed hitter, steps in. Daniel Jung out of Notre Dame University. Got the plate. Aoki opened up the inning with a single. He's at first base. Max Ferguson in the on-deck circle. Pitch runs inside and low. Jung leading the team in batting average, hitting .362. Throw back over towards first, close but not in time. The team leader in home runs is Connor Aoki. He has 3. 1 ball and no strikes. Jackson delivers the pitch, runs inside. Ross Cadena does a nice job of picking it out of the dirt, keeping it in front of him. Santa Barbara Foresters are familiar with the running game of Clemente Bonilla. They've kept the runners close as the 2-0 pitch is fouled out and out of play. Jackson delivers a pitch. That'll split the gap towards right center field. But would you look at that, Christian Franklin able to cover some ground, and they will easily double up the runner, Connor Aoki from first base, who had almost reached the bag at third once the play was made. Nice running grab from Franklin out in center field as we head to the top half of the third inning. It remains 3-1. In favor of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
Now batting number 3, Eric Kennedy.
Eric Kennedy and the rest of the lineup due up here for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Kennedy opened up the ball game during the top half of the first inning, popping out to the catcher behind the plate, Connor Aoki. He'll be followed by Nick Bellafronto and Christian Franklin. If anyone gets on, Quinton Selma. The left-hander delivers the pitch, drag bunt towards the first base side. DJ Sartorius tries to barehand it, comes up empty. Infield single for Eric Kennedy. That'll bring Nick Bellafronto to the plate.
Nick Bellafronto.
Bellafronto hit a solo shot during the top half of the first inning. He's out of Stanford University in San Jose, California. Christian Franklin awaits on deck. Eric Kennedy leads off of first base. He reached on an infield single. Fastball on the inner half. Nick Bellafronto scoots out of the way. 1 ball and no strikes. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Foresters. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Riptide. Sartorius gets the sign, delivers the 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. It's even out 1-1. Nick Bellafronto with that seeing, trying to replicate what he did during the top half of the first inning, but it came up empty. Here's a 1-1 pitch instead of throw over towards first base. And kudos to the superfan because he has these very creative chants. I remember during our broadcast, I think it was also against the Santa Barbara Foresters perhaps, one of the fans asked what goes into the epitome, or the anatomy, pardon me, of a good chant. And he responded, creativity. Count remains 1 ball and 1 strike. Lefty on righty matchup at the plate. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Hit towards right field. Dylan Rock will have to play it on a hop. Runners on first and second with no men down for Christian Franklin.
Now batting number 9, Christian Franklin.
So the top half of the third inning starts off the same way as the top half of the second inning. Back-to-back singles. Let's see what the Foresters have in store for the Riptide and Devin Sartorius. Franklin is 0 for 1. He grounded out towards second base his first time up. Quinton Selma waits on deck. Sartorius delivers the pitch. It runs inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. It's in the dirt. The catcher, Connor Aoki, keeps it in front of him, preventing the runners from advancing. Though the runner at second base, Eric Kennedy, did have a thought. Eric Kennedy at second base, Nick Bellafronto at first. 3-1 ball game. We're in the top half of the third inning. Sartorius gets the sign. We'll see if Franklin asks for time, and sure enough, he does. Two balls and no strikes. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. Tipped into the catcher's glove. It's now 2-1. The Foresters are coming off a 7-4 win against the Conejo Oaks. As I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, they are sitting at the top of the CCL. Right behind them, the Orange County Riptide. Here's a ground ball towards the left side, and into left field for a base hit. The runner is given the sign. He's on his way home. Throw to the plate is a one-hopper. Not in time, but kudos nonetheless to Michael Peabody. That was the strong throw to the plate. Nonetheless, with Eric Kennedy rounding the bag, there was almost little to no chance to get him. That'll bring up Quentin Selma to the plate. The pitching coach for the Orange County Riptide is out to the mound to try to calm the nerves of Devin Sartorius, who has surrendered 4 runs on 7 hits, and we are only in the top half of the 3rd inning with no men down. The meeting is broken up. Let's play some ball. Lefty on lefty matchup with Quentin Selma at the plate. Villafranto leading off a second. Christian Franklin leading off of first base. Here's a ground ball towards the right side. Trey Lipscomb, the first baseman, had thoughts of throwing towards second, then took it to the bag himself instead. 1 man down, though the runners did advance on the play into scoring position. Blake Hall with 2 men on, 1 man down. 4-1 ball game. Fastball on the outer half, it misses. 1-0. I got a note here from our stats guy, Ryan Farron. So there's a minor league baseball game in the Dominican Summer Rookie League. This game was actually played today. And the Yankees and the Twins were the 2 teams playing. And would you take a look at the final score? 38-2. Wow. I don't think there is a sport that can replicate this score. That is incredible. 38 runs to 2. I wonder how long that game lasted. Pitch is fouled towards the right side and out of play. Blake Hall at the plate for the Foresters. Ross Cadena waits on deck. Lefty on righty matchup. There's 1 man down in the inning. Devin Sartorius has surrendered 4 runs. 3 hits this half inning in particular. All of the 3 hits being singles. Fastball runs inside. It's taken for a ball. It's 3-1. Well, there we go. Our assistant general manager, Dave Lamb, has just told us that maybe you can replicate it in football. 38-2. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Hit out towards left center field. Michael Peabody cuts off the center fielder, Connor Roby, and he throws a rocket to the plate. That'll hold the runner on third base and Nick Bellafronto.
Now batting number 12, Ross Cadena.
That'll bring up the catcher from Wichita State, Ross Cadena. Devin Sartorius would love to get out of the inning, surrendering only one run, especially when he had runners on third and second base with only one man down. Hit out towards center field. Shading towards his left is Connor Roby. He camps underneath it. He makes the play, and the inning is over. For 3 straight innings, the Santa Barbara Foresters have scored. It's a 4-1 ball game as we head to the bottom half of the third.
Tennessee, number 3, Max Ferguson.
So another guy out of the University of Tennessee, Max Ferguson, steps into the box for your Orange County Riptide. First time all season we take a look at him here. He's a left-hander, but he throws from the right side. Out of Atlantic Beach, Florida, he attended the Boyles High School. 6'1", 175 pounds. 1 ball and 1 strike, righty on lefty matchup. Jake Jackson remains on the mound for the Foresters. Pitch is in the dirt and low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball towards the right side, but Tevin Tucker is there. Throw over towards first. It's a close play, but the first base umpire gives it to the Stars. Max Ferguson hustling down the line. May be out by at most half a step. Bang, bang play for sure.
Number 5, Carson Matthews.
Out of BYU, Carson Matthews now digs in. In 2019 at BYU, he hit .250. We'll take a look at his numbers here with the Riptide in 2019. He's hitting .263. The 0-1 pitch is on the other half, called a strike. It's now 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Or check that, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Michael Peabody on the top of the lineup awaits on deck for the Riptide. Jackson delivers a 1-2. Hit towards the left side, but foul. Carson Matthews able to get some good wood on it. The Foresters scored once during the top half of the first inning, so did the Riptide. The Foresters then went on to score during the top of the second and also in the top of the first to give them the 4-1 lead they are enjoying now. As the 1-2 is way outside. Did he go? He did not, says the first base umpire. Everyone and their mothers in the stadium pointing down the line, wanting to make sure of the call. Here's a even 2-2 pitch. It's swung on and missed for strike 3. Third strikeout of the ball game for Jake Jackson.
Now batting from UC Irvine, number 36, Michael Peabody.
Out of UC Irvine, Michael Peabody steps into the plate. Peabody opened up the bottom half of the first inning with a home run towards left center field. The only run of the ball game that the Riptide have on the scoreboard, as his first pitch is in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0. Ripped towards the right side, and it'll fall in for a base hit. Michael Peabody takes a turn. He's on his way towards second. He'll hold with a stand-up 2-out double. So Peabody having a good game thus far. 2 for 2 with a home run and a double. As Connor Roby steps into the box. Roby out of UT Arlington. He grounded out towards shortstop. His first time up during the bottom half of the first inning. Dylan Rock awaits on deck. Connor Roby looking to trim the deficit for the Orange County Riptide. They are down by 3 runs here in the bottom half of the third. Jake Jackson delivers a pitch. That's hit out towards right field. Blake Holland, front of the track, makes the play, and the inning is over. The Riptide strand a runner on second. We head to the top half of the fourth. 4-1 ball game in favor of Santa Barbara.
That makes it number 67 for the Titans.
4-1 ball game in the top half of the fourth inning. It'll be Drew Baker, Connor McKenna, Tevin Tucker, and if anyone gets on, Eric Kennedy for Santa Barbara. DJ Satori is out for his fourth inning of work. The first pitch is fouled back towards the backstop. It's 0-1. Noah Walker, the right-hander, warming up in the bullpen for the Orange County Riptide. The Santa Barbara Forcers have scored in every inning thus far. DJ Sartorius trying to stop the trend here in the top half of the fourth. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's in the dirt. Skips away from Connor Aoki. The count is even at 1-1. So we'll take a look at the list of players that are going to the 2019 CCL Prospect Game. For the Riptide, Trey Lipscomb is at his ground ball, going up the middle past at Ivan Carson Matthews and into center field. That is the, well, I was going to say yes it is. The third leadoff hit in an inning in a row for the Santa Barbara Foresters. So for the Riptide, in the All-Star game, it'll be Trey Lipscomb, Carson Matthews, Michael Peabody, Dylan Rock, Connor Roby. And we're only halfway done. Here are the rest. Wesley Scott, Nick Jones, Merrick Krause, and Andre Anton. Once again, you'll be able to watch that game on Fox Sports West Wednesday, July 10th at 7 p.m. It'll be live from the Urban Youth Academy in Compton, California. No balls and one strike to count to Connor McKenna. McKenna's 1 for 1 with a single. Drew Baker leads off of first base. That is now 3 innings in a row where the leadoff runner gets on a base hit for the Santa Barbara Foresters. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Tevin Tucker awaits on deck. That is now 8 hits in the ballgame for Santa Barbara. They have 4 runs to show for it. DJ delivers the 0-2 pitch. Broken bat towards the third base side. It'll be a tough throw for Andre Anton. In time to get the runner down the line. Wow. Quite frankly, I did not expect that. Well, not whatsoever. Andre Anton has a cannon at first base. I did not think he'd be able to get the runner running down the line due to the fact that the ball seemed to have gotten stuck in his glove for a split second. I thought that was more than enough time for Connor McKenna to make it down there safely. That'll give an opportunity to Tevin Tucker with a runner on second base. In all their 3 innings offensively thus far, the Santa Barbara Foresters have scored. We're in the top half of the 4th inning, and they have another run sitting at second base in the form of Drew Baker. The 0-1 pitch hit towards the left side. The shortstop, Carson Matthew, throws over towards first. 2 men down. That'll make way for Eric Kennedy. Kennedy is 1 for 2 with a pop out and a single. Drew Baker, standing down the line 90 feet away, represents the 5th run of the ball game for Santa Barbara. That's on the inner half, taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Nick Bullafronto on the on-deck circle for the Foresters. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Santa Barbara. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for Orange County. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Foul towards the right side and out of play. The count sits at 1-1. Very interesting. 2 of the coaches for the Santa Barbara Foresters have pulled up chairs right in front of the dugout. They are actually in foul territory. Surprised that the home plate umpire doesn't tell them anything. I guess they're allowed to be there then. 1 ball and 1 strike. The left-hander delivers the pitch. It's above the chest. 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike to Eric Kennedy at the plate. Sartorius delivers the pitch. Slider on the outer half. It snipes the corner. Well-located pitch. Good movement as well. The count is even at 2-2. Sartorius gets the sign. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Off the end of the bat towards the left side. Michael Peabody is there. He'll make the play, and the inning is over. So finally, a scoreless inning for DJ Sartorius. Perhaps his final inning as a whole in the ballgame. As we head to the bottom half of the 4th, the score remains 4-1 in favor of the Santa Barbara Foresters. From UT San Antonio, Dylan Reich leads things off here in the bottom half of the fourth inning for the Orange County Riptide. They trail by 3 runs. They're looking to trim out the deficit so early in the ballgame. More than enough time to come back and even make their way towards a victory. That's a towering fly ball towards the right side. Blake Hall is there. First pitch, 1 out.
Now batting from UC Irvine, number 30, Andre Antone.
In steps Andre Antone. He's 0 for 1. He flew out towards center field his first time up. The superfan, a huge fan himself of Ryder Lammer, Bat Boy. One ball and no strikes, 1 man down in the inning. Connor Aoki in the on-deck circle. The 1-0 pitch runs inside. It's called a strike. It evens up the count at 1. Antone at third base today for the Riptide. Hits a ground ball right to the second baseman, Connor McKenna. 2 men down. So not much happening offensively for the Riptide thus far.
Number 19, Connor Aoki.
They have 1 run and 3 hits. Two of their 3 hits belong to Michael Peabody. The other belongs to Connor Aoki, who reached on a single during the bottom half of the second. Michael Peabody homered in the first and doubled in the third. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Connor Aoki. It's fanned out and missed. No balls and 2 strikes. Jake Jackson on the mound for the Foresters. He has 3 strikeouts thus far. He's trying to make it 4. Delivers the 0-2 pitch. Way outside in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Flied out towards the right side. Blake Hall chasing down the line. He'll make the play and the inning is over. We head to the top half of the 5th. We've played 4 complete innings. Score remains 4-1 in favor of Santa Barbara. The evening is done for DJ Sartorius. Noah Walker now on the mound for the Riptide. 6'4", 220 pounds. He's a big guy and a right-handed pitcher out of Texas State University. He attended Bowie High School. He's out of Austin, Texas. He did not see any action during the 2019 season. He did see some action during 2018. He finished with a 2.70 ERA, threw in 6 2/3 innings. It'll be Nick Bellafronto, Christian Franklin, and Quentin Selma this half inning for the Foresters. The 1-0 pitch is off the plate for a ball. It's now 2-0. Christian Franklin awaits on deck. Quentin Selma in the hole. If anyone gets on, Blake Hall. Walker looks down the barrel to get a sign. The big right-hander delivers the 2-0 pitch. Chop towards the left side. Connor Aoki chases after it himself. Throw towards first base, not in time. The first base umpire signaling that Trey Lipscomb came off the bag. It was a tough play nonetheless for Connor Aoki, but a great effort as well.
Number 9, Christian Franklin.
That is now 4 innings in a row where the Santa Barbara Foresters have their leadoff man reach base safely. Righty-on-righty matchup for Christian Franklin. He grounded out towards second base his first time up. He then singled during the top half of the third inning. He takes a pitch out slow and outside in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Noah Walker, majoring in management. He's the son of Jeff and Stephanie Walker. He was born on May 8th, 1998. 2 balls and no strikes to Christian Franklin. Noah Walker looking to get something on the ground to induce a double play. Wants to keep the deficit at where it's at for the Riptide. They're down by 3 here in the top half of the 5th inning. Nick Bellafronto leading off the bag at first. Here's the 2-1 pitch. On the outer half, it evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The breeze continues to blow out towards left field. We've seen 2 home runs this ballgame. One from Nick Bellafronto and the other from Michael Peabody. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Franklin. Inside and high. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. That's 4 runs, 9 hits with no errors for the Foresters. 1 run with 3 hits and no errors for Orange County. Walker gets the sign. The payoff pitch. Hit out towards center field. Connor Roby is there. Nick Bellafronto heads back to the bag at first. 1 man down this half inning.
Now batting number 34, Quentin Selma.
Quentin Selma out of Cal. Also out of Clovis, California. Attended Buchanan High School. Swings and misses at the first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. Blake Hall awaits in the on-deck circle. Walker delivers the 0-1 pitch. In the dirt, swung on and missed nonetheless. No balls and 2 strikes now. Walker out of Texas State delivers the 0-2 pitch. On the inner half, looked to be out the belt. Looked pretty from here. Home plate umpire does not budge. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Throw back over towards first instead. The OC Riptide will travel over to Santa Barbara tomorrow on the 4th of July to wrap up this 2-game series. They hope to get there with a 1-0 series lead as the 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. First strikeout of the ball game for Noah Walker. As a matter of fact, that is only the second strikeout of the ball game for the Foresters. And steps Blake Hall. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a flyout. Hall out of Oral Roberts. One ball and no strikes. 2 men down. Nick Bolafronto aboard at first base. He reached on an infield single. Here's the 1-0. Slider on the outer half, called a strike. It's 1-1. Oscar waits on deck. 9 hits in the ball game for the Foresters. They have 4 runs to show for it. That'll be hit number 10. Bolafronto takes a turn, but he'll hold at second. Dylan Rock has a cannon in right field. So that's definitely an arm you want to be careful with if you are Santa Barbara.
Now batting number 12, Ross Cadena.
Ross Cadena steps into the box. He's 1 for 2 with a fly out towards center field and a single. There are only 2 players in the Santa Barbara lineup without a hit, as that slider is blocked very nicely by Connor Aoki, who scoots to make sure he keeps it in front of him. Quinton Selma does not have a hit in the game. And Tevin Tucker is the second player in the Foresters lineup who does not have a hit in the ball game as well. There's a slider that was on the outer half, but frankly, Connor Aoki does an excellent job of framing it. I thought it was off the plate. It's 1 ball and 1 strike now. Ross Galena out of South Lake, Texas, delivers a 1-1 in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike now. At Wichita State during his 2019 season, Ross Galena saw a ton of actions. He had 202 at-bats, 50 hits to show for it. That put him at a .248 batting average. As the 2-1 is below the knees on the outer half taken for ball 3. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike. In 2018 at Wichita State, Cadena hit .261. Three balls and 1 strike. Walker looks down the barrel to get a sign. The big right-hander delivers the pitch. It's swung on and missed. It runs the count full, 3-2. Drew Baker in the on-deck circle for Santa Barbara. Double digits in the hit column for the Foresters. They've had a hit parade out in Irvine, California today, but they are only out in front by 3 runs. Noah Walker trying to keep the deficit at where it's at for the Riptide. Sure enough, he will. Slider on the outer half that swung on and missed for strike 3. As he was coming off the mound, Noah Walker yelled out, "Let's go," and let's go indeed. Let's go score some runs. To the bottom of the 5th, 4-1 ball game in favor of the Sturs. From the University of Tennessee, Trey Lipscomb steps into the box to lead things off for the Riptide in the bottom half of the 5th inning. First pitch is a fastball that misses off the plate. It's 1-0. Daniel Jung awaits on deck. Max Ferguson in the hole if anyone gets on Carson Matthews. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. The Riptide are looking to string together a pair of hits or more, looking to trim that 3-run deficit. The Santa Barbara Foresters have 4 runs on 10 hits. The Riptide 1 run on 3 hits. DJ Sartorius started off the ballgame for Orange County. He pitched 4 complete innings, surrendering 4 runs. So no movement in the bullpen for Orange County, so we'll expect to see Noah Walker during the top half of the 6th inning. Wow, this game is flying along. Wow, we're in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Here's the 3-2. Misses off the plate for ball 4.
Now batting from Notre Dame, number 11, Daniel Jung.
That'll make way for Daniel Jung, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out towards center field. Trey Lipscomb leads off the bag at first base. Clemente Bonilla loves to run. Will we see Lipscomb in action? That ball skips away from the catcher. Ross Cadena, throw down towards second base, is not in time. For a split second there, it looked like Trey Lipscomb was about to overrun the bag. The shortstop was looking to apply a tag, but Lipscomb would have snatched the corner off second base safely. 1 ball and no strikes. Second run of the ball game out at second base for Orange County. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Misses way outside. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. Max Ferguson in the on-deck circle for the OC Riptide. Jake Jackson gets the sign, delivers a 2-0 pitch. The bottom falls out of it. It swung on and missed, 2-1. No movement in the bullpen for the Foresters. The 2-1 is instead a throw over towards second base. And by the looks of it, I think that got Trey Lipscomb on the helmet. Hopefully it didn't get him square on the helmet, but man, he's down rolling on the ground. And actually, it looks like it didn't get him on the helmet, but instead on the wrist. The coaching staff and the trainer ought to give Lipscomb some attention at the bag. We'll take a short break as things unravel on the field. So unfortunately for the Riptide, it looks like that'll be the evening for Trey Lipscomb. We're all hoping that it's more so just a cautionary move, more so than an actual injury. Blake Evans takes the bag at second base. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jackson delivers. It's now 3-1. Initially, I thought it got Lipscomb on the helmet as he was diving back head first towards the bag to avoid being picked off. But it looked like it actually got him on the wrist. Here's a 3-1 pitch. On the outer half, it's called a strike. It's full at 3-2. The payoff pitch to Daniel Jung, fouled back towards the netting. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the full count pitch. Once again, fouled away. We'll keep it at 3-2. In the bottom half of the 5th inning, 4-1 ball game in favor of Santa Barbara. The payoff pitch once again in there for strike 3. Backwards K for Daniel Jung. He's got to be kicking himself. You hate to do that with a runner on second base and a 3-run deficit with no men down.
Now batting from the University of Tennessee, number 3, Max Ferguson.
Out of the University of Tennessee, Max Ferguson steps into the box for the Riptide. Blake Evans out at second base. Came in as a pinch runner for Trey Lipscomb, who came out of the ballgame after being hit on the wrist on his way back towards second base with a head-first dive, trying to avoid being picked off. Here's the 0-1. That's a chopper towards the right side. Backhanded shot by the first baseman. It's a tough throw. He tries to give it to his pitcher covering, but the pitcher, Jake Jackson, unable to hold on to it. Everyone is safe. You won? First error of the ball game for Santa Barbara. The Orange County Riptide trying to take advantage. Blake Evans leading off a third. Max Ferguson leads off a first. Carson Matthews out of BYU at the plate. The right-hander gets the sign. Delivers the first pitch of the AB. Popped up towards the left side of the infield. Will it go out of play? Sure enough, it will, and right into the Orange County dugout. And I can assure you, Carson Matthews is praying to God in gratitude because that one went out of play. Matthews was heavily frustrated, popping the last pitch up. And here we go, the superfan pumping up the crowd here at Orange County Great Park Stadium. The runner goes from first, throw down towards second. The runner breaks home, throw to the plate, in time to get him. Wow, what a throw from the second baseman, Connor McKenna. And quite frankly, not the wisest of plays in my opinion. I mean, the runner on first base, Max Ferguson, had the bag stolen. The Riptide could have had runners on third and second with one man down. Now they only have a runner on second base with two men down. Heads up play by Connor McKenna. Strong throw to the plate. And to top it off, Carson Matthews swings and misses at a slider for strike three. Well, this half inning at least, if the Riptide didn't have bad luck, they wouldn't have any luck at all. We head to the top half of the sixth inning. Still some baseball to be played. It's 4-1 in favor of Santa Barbara.
Andre Henstone is now playing first base, and Blake Evans is now playing third base.
We head to the top half of the sixth inning from Irvine, California. It'll be Drew Baker, Connor McKenna, and Tevin Tucker this half inning for the Foresters. Some defensive changes for Orange County. Moving from third base to first base, Andre Antone. Staying in the ball game at third base, Blake Evans. 4-1 ball game in favor of Santa Barbara. They have a 3-run lead. Noah Walker back on the mound for Orange County. No movement in the bullpen for the Riptide. So we'll see how long head coach Clemente Bonilla allows Walker to stay in the game. The right-hander delivers a pitch. It's a fastball on the inner half taken for a strike 0-1. A frustrating bottom half of the fifth inning for the Riptide. They had Blake Evans on third base and Max Ferguson on first. Ferguson stole. He robbed the bag safely, but in an attempt to score, Blake Evans was thrown out at the plate. So instead of having runners on third and second with one man down, the Riptide opted for runners on second base and two men down. Carson Matthews then went ahead to strike out swinging to bring an end to the inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Slider in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes remains, or changes the count, pardon me. Four runs, 10 hits, 1 error. First out of ball, 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for your Orange County Riptide. Walker delivers a 1-2. It's popped foul behind the plate and out of play. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Drew Baker out of Texas Tech University takes the 1-2 for strike 3. Throw it around the horn, Connor Aoki. 3 strikeouts in the ball game for Noah Walker.
Now batting number 13, Connor McKenna.
To make room for Connor McKenna out of Carlsbad, California. McKenna is 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out towards short. Pitches a slider on the inner half, taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Nice crowd on hand for today's matchup. 1 day shy of the 4th of July, so a lot of people looking to enjoy a day off tomorrow. A lot of scouts in the stands as well, especially because these two teams who are sitting at the top of the CCO have a ton of talent that you want to look out for. It's no balls and 2 strikes with 1 man down. Pitch falls below the knees. It's now 1-2. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Throw it around the horn. Connor Aoki back-to-back Ks to open up business in the top half of the 6th inning for Noah Walker.
Now batting number 2, Tevin Tucker.
Tucker at the plate. He rips this one out towards left field. If it stays fair, it's gone. Foul ball, says the third base umpire. Immediately some foul language leaking out of the dugout from the Santa Barbara Foresters. They thought the ball stayed fair. Looks like the Foresters are going to challenge the play. I'll check that. We have no replay, so there's nothing to do. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed 0-2. Another big swing there by Tevin Tucker. Two strikeouts in the half inning for Noah Walker. He's looking to strike out the side. He gets the sign, delivers the 0-2. Slider on the outer half and in the dirt. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's a 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Count even at 2-2. 4-1 ball game in favor of the Foresters. Top half of the 6th inning. Orange County Great Park Stadium. Game 1 of a 2-game series between the Riptide and the Foresters. The 2-2 pitch. Slider on the outer half just misses the plate. Nice job from Tevin Tucker to work the count from no balls and 2 strikes to 3-2. The full count pitch, hit up the middle. Connor Obi gives chase. He'll make the play, and the inning is over. Bottom half of the 6th, 4-1 Force. Michael Peabody opens up the half inning here in the 6th. Leadoff hitter for the Riptide. He'll be followed by Connor Obi, Dylan Rock, and if anyone gets on, Andre Antone. Jake Jackson out for his 6th inning of work, has only surrendered 1 run on 3 hits. He also has 4 strikeouts in the matchup. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Hit out towards right field. Going back, Blake Hall at the track in front of the fence. He'll make the play. A big first and loud out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Now batting from UT Arlington, number 2,
Michael Peabody, just a few feet shy of his 2nd home run of the evening. Made some solid contact off the bat. As Connor Obi steps into the box, he's 0 for 2. Righty on righty matchup. Bunt is shown, then pulled back. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Dylan Rock in the on-deck circle for Orange County. Only 3 hits in the matchup for the Riptide. 2 of those hits belong to Michael Peabody. 1 of those hits belong to Connor Aoki. The Riptide have a home run, a double, and a single. And a 3-run deficit as well. Sean Higgins warming up in the bullpen for Orange County. 2 balls and no strikes. Connor Obi ahead in the count. Jackson delivers the pitch. Fastball shies off the outer half. It's now 3-0. As I mentioned earlier, not much happening offensively for the Riptide. And though the Foresters have 10 hits, they only have a 3-run lead, so Orange County can go ahead and wipe away this deficit with a strong inning. They need to string together some hits as the 3-1 is a broken bat that goes towards the Riptide dugout, and a foul ball comes as a result. The count is now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Obi back to the dugout to grab a new bat. With a new piece of lumber in his hand, he steps into the box. Full count. 1 man down in the inning. Michael Peabody opened up with a towering fly ball that was just a few feet shy of clearing the right field fence. Jake Jackson delivers a payoff pitch. Hit out towards left center field. Christian Franklin goes back. He'll make the play, shading towards his right. There's 2 men down.
Now batting from UT San Antonio, number 22, Dylan Rock.
Out of UT San Antonio, Dylan Rock steps into the box with no men on, 2 men down, and a 4-1 deficit. This is the only game of the week here at home for the Orange County Riptide. It seems like it's been forever. Broken bat once again, it seems like, as that one's lined into the glove of the shortstop, Tevin Tucker. 1-2-3 inning for the pitcher. The home plate umpire checks the bat out. Looks like another broken piece of lumber, perhaps. Well, to the top of the 7th we go. 4-1. Foresters. Top of the 7th inning from Orange County Great Park Stadium. Out of Columbia University, Sean Higgins takes the mound for the Riptide. He's a right-handed pitcher out of Santa Ana, California. Attended Foothill High School. It'll be Eric Kennedy, Nick Bellafronto, and Kirsten Franklin. Looks like the superfan Keith Franklin has some opposition. Pitches in there for a strike, 0-1. Four-1 ball game here in the top half of the 7th inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch. On the outer half, it misses. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball towards the right side. Throw over towards first base, 1 man down.
16, Nick Belafronto.
This season for the Riptide, we'll take a look at the numbers for Sean Higgins. Comes into the matchup with a 4.38 ERA. Nick Belafronto steps into the box. He takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Belafronto homered his first time up. He singled his second time up, then singled again in his third time up. He's a perfect 3 for 3 with 1 RBI. As the 0-1 pitch is on the outer half, called a strike to transfer the count over to 0-2. Two strikes. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt, swung on and missed for strike 3. Aoki recovers, throws down the line, 2 men down.
Now batting number 9, Christian Franklin.
Now Christian Franklin steps into the box. He grounded out towards second base during the top half of the first, singled in the top of the third, then flew out towards center in the top of the fifth. Quinton Selmo waits on deck for the Foresters. Higgins looks down the barrel to get a sign, delivers a pitch that's in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. Well, the Foresters have not scored a run since the third inning. Here's a chopper towards the left side and down a fly. The Riptide have not scored a run since the first inning. One ball and 1 strike. The right-hander delivers a pitch. Hopped up towards the right side. Andre Antone runs out of room as it falls into the Foresters' bullpen. Here's a 1-2 pitch. In the dirt. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. During the bottom half of the 7th inning, it'll be Andre Antone, Connor Aoki, and Blake Evans for Orange County. The 2-2 pitch misses. Count is full, 3-2. I feel like we've seen a lot of full counts in the ball game for the Foresters. They've put together some good at-bats, making the pitcher on the mound throw. This one is chopped foul. Count remains full, 3-2. There have been 5 full counts in the ball game for Santa Barbara. Here's a 3-2. Chopped foul. Count remains full. We started off the ball game with DJ Sartorius. Then Noah Walker took over. Now it's Sean Higgins on the mound for the Riptide. Here's a full count pitch. Ground ball towards the left side. Carson Matthews is there. Strong throw over towards first. We head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. We're running out of time, but we've still got some time left. 4-1 in favor of the Foresters.
Gets a run.
Bottom of the 7th inning. The 7th inning stretch. Here we
Now
go.
batting from UC Irvine, number 30, Andre Antone.
Jake Jackson out for his 7th inning of work for the Foresters. He'll face Andre Antone, Connor Aoki, and Blake Evans this half inning. If anyone gets on, Daniel Jung. Pitches a fastball taken for a strike at 2-1. Actually, a new pitcher on the mound for the Foresters. That's Jacob Burden. Count is even at 1-1 strike. So Jake Jackson finished off the ball game with 6 complete innings, surrendering only 1 run on 3 hits. Now relying on his bullpen to finish the job. Here's a 1-1 to Andre Antone. Hit off the end of the bat towards the right side and out of play. Pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. So I'm not too sure what I heard, but
Now batting from Binghamton University, number 19, Connor Aoki.
it was definitely said in unison, perhaps out of the Santa Barbara dugout. That's Andre Antone swung and missed for strike 3. Jacob Burden on the mound. He's out of Diana, Texas. He attended New Diana High School. He's 6 feet tall, 185 pounds, out of the University of Arkansas. No balls and 1 strike. The right-hander gets the sign, delivers a pitch to Connor Aoki. Misses 1-1. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Jacob Burden is throwing really, really hard. I mean, the sound of the glove touching the ball, or more so the ball touching the glove, is making a lot of power. Here's the 1-2. Slider that misses in the dirt to even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Even at 2, here comes the pitch. Misses low, full count. Blake Evans awaits on deck. Daniel Jung in the hole for the Riptide. Orange County down by 3 runs here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Santa Barbara Foresters at the top of the CCO standings as Connor Aoki works out a walk. Foresters come into the ballgame with a 15-4 league record. The Riptide have a 10-8 league record. Orange County 4.5 games behind Santa Barbara. Out of Georgia Southern University, Blake Evans steps into the box for his first at-bat. Came in as a pinch runner during the bottom half of the 5th inning for Trey Lipscomb, who suffered a ball to the wrist as he was diving head first towards the bag at second base in a pickoff attempt. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Jacob Burden now on the mound for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Jake Jackson on the hook for the win. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball towards the right side. Taylor made for 2, 4, 6, not 3, as it was in the dirt and not dug out properly. At least I don't think it was caught.
From Notre Dame, number 11, Daniel Jung.
I feel like the first baseman and the catcher both had a baseball. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Nonetheless, Blake Evans avoids the double play. He's safe at first base. The right-hander delivers the pitch. It's in there for a strike. It's now 0-1. Thank you once again for tuning in into tonight's broadcast of OC Riptide Baseball. We are always very grateful for your viewership all summer long, as the 0-1 is a fastball on the outer half to even up the count at 1 strike. One ball and 1 strike to count to Daniel Jung at the plate. It's now 2-1. At Arkansas during the 2019 season. Pitch on the mound, Jacob Burden posted a 6.75 ERA. He went, says a home plate umpire, at strike 2. Max Ferguson in the on-deck circle. Only 3 hits in the ballgame for the Riptide. The last time the Riptide had a base hit was during the bottom half of the 3rd inning. That pitch is swung on and missed. Three balls and 2 strikes now. Burden gets the sign. The full count pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3. Well, to the top of the 8th we go. The Riptide continue to sing the blues. 4-1 in favor of the Foresters. It'll be Quinton Selma, Blake Hall, and Ross Cadena this half inning for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Sean Higgins remains on the mound for your Orange County Riptide. The right-hander delivers the first pitch of the inning. It's on the outer half, called to strike 0-1. The Foresters scored once during the top of the first, twice during the top of the second, once during the top half of the third. The second pitch is swung on and missed. It's now 0-2. The Riptide, on the other hand, have scored once, and that was in the bottom half of the first inning. Higgins looks down the barrel to get a sign. The right-hander from Columbia University delivers ground ball towards the right side. Max Ferguson is there. He'll make the play, 1 away.
Now batting number 7, Blake Hall.
That'll give an opportunity to Blake Hall. He singled during the second inning, flew out towards left field in the third, then singled again during the 5th. On 2 for 3 tonight. Slider on the inner half. 1 ball and no strikes. No one warming up in the bullpen for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Expect to see Jacob Burden during the bottom half of the 8th inning. No one in the pen either for the Riptide. That's hit off the end of the bat towards the right side. Dylan Rock is there, 2 men down in the inning.
Now batting number 12, Ross Cadena.
Ross Cadena steps into the box. So the Foresters went 1-2-3 in the 6th, 1-2-3 in the 7th. Can they go 1-2-3 in the 8th? Ross Cadena is 1 for 3 today with a single and a strikeout. He also has come around to score. Pitch is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Runs far inside. Fortunately for Ross Cadena, he's able to dodge out of the way. Count even at 1. Now it's 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Ripped down the left field line, just a few feet foul left of the line. Here's the 1 ball and 2 strike pitch. Ground ball towards the left side. Throw over towards first base. Nice play there by Blake Evans. To the bottom half of the 8th inning we go. Let's get some runs. Let's get a W. 4-1, Santa Barbara. Bottom half of the 8th inning. It'll be Max Ferguson, Carson Matthews, and Michael Peabody for the Riptide. If anyone gets on, Connor Roby. The Riptide down by 3 runs here. Jacob Burden on the mound for Santa Barbara delivers a 1-0 pitch off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 runs too far inside. 3 balls and no strikes. This is in there for a strike. Now it's 3-1. Up high for ball 4. Carson Matthews will be looking to pass on the baton.
Carson Matthews
Steps into the box. Riptide down by 3 runs here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. The right-hander delivers a pitch. It's in there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Ferguson is 0 for 2 today. Or check that Carson Matthews is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Takes a fastball on the outer half. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fouled off, perhaps the catcher's mask or maybe the home plate umpire's mask. Looks more than likely like it was a home plate umpire's mask because he is adjusting it behind the plate. Pitch remains high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, the 2019 Home Run Derby is upon us. So why don't you go ahead and respond in the chat section who you think will come out victorious. I'll give you your options shortly, one of those being Christian Yelich. The other, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., has the 1-2 pitch. Misses 2 balls and 2 strikes. Alex Bregman is also participating along with Jock Peterson. It'll also include Pete Alonso, Carlos Santana, Josh Bell, and Ronald Acuna Jr. The 2-2 to Carson Matthews. Hit out towards left center field. It'll drop in for a base hit. Runners on first and second with no men down for Michael Peabody, the hottest hitter in the lineup today for the Riptide. We got our decision from our stats guy, Ryan Farron. He thinks that Josh Bell will win the home run derby. I think it'll be Christian Yelich. Dave, who do you think? Okay. Dave has Ronald Acuna Jr., Joe. And he thinks Jock Peterson, but just because Joe's a Dodger fan. Hey, no. I'm saying that he said Jock Peterson because he's a Dodger fan, but Jock Peterson has an actual chance to win the Derby. Come on, this guy's got a lot of pop in his bat. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Jock Peterson also participated in 2015 and got 2nd place. Yeah, this guy can hit, dude. You can hit shots. Who did he lose to that year? Todd Frazier. Oh, that's right.
First year of that format.
Now batting from UC Irvine, number 36, Michael Peabody.
Michael Peabody looking to rally together some magic for the Riptide here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Peabody out of UC Irvine in Tustin, California. The fastball is in the dirt, skips away from the catcher, Ross Cadena, on his way towards third base. Max Ferguson at second base, Carson Matthews. The tying run at the plate for Orange County. Michael Peabody homer during the bottom half of the first inning, double during the bottom half of the third. He then flew out to deep right field during the bottom half of the sixth. So he's made some good contact off the bat today as he takes a fastball in and low, 2 balls and no strikes. Connor Obi awaits on deck for Orange County. Dylan Rock in the hole for the Riptide. Burden looks down the barrel to get a sign. The right-hander sets, delivers the pitch. Inside, a fastball misses too far inside. It's now 3 balls and no strikes. And for anyone who is willing to bet me, Michael Peabody will take this next pitch. Here's the 3-0. Inside for ball 4. So now it gets exciting. Bases are loaded.
Number 2.
Tying run at first base. Go ahead run at home. Connor Obi at the plate. 4-1 ball game in favor of the Foresters. Looks like there may be a pitching change for Santa Barbara. And sure enough, it will be. We'll take a short break, but don't move. Bases loaded, 1 man down. Or excuse me, no men down. 3-run deficit. It's a good ball game.
Now batting from UT Arlington, number 2, Connor Obi.
Out of UT Arlington, Connor Obi. Into the biggest spot of the ball game for the Riptide. The bases are loaded. No men down. Tying run at first. He represents the go-ahead run. First pitch is on the outer half for a strike. It's 0-1. Elijah Trust now on the mound for Santa Barbara. He's also out of Arkansas. This is popped up in the infield. The first baseman has a play in foul territory. Oh boy, very unproductive first out. Elijah Trust out of White Oak, Texas. He attended White Oak High School. 6'3", 205 pounds. Dylan Rock now at the plate. Has Max Ferguson on third, Carson Matthews at second base, and Michael Peabody the tying run at first. The Riptide would hate to get out of the inning without bringing at least one run across the plate. Let's see what happens. It's 1 ball and no strikes to Dylan Rock. Rock is 0 for 3 today with a strikeout, a flyout, and a lineout. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Too far inside, 2-0. Keith Franklin, the superfan, is having a battle of his own. He's saying, "Let's go Stirs." The Riptide fan responding, "Let's go Tide." Here's the 2-0 pitch. Too far inside, ball 3. Elijah Trust, nowhere to put them. Has the bases loaded with 1 man down. The young man out of White Oak, Texas, delivers a 3-0 pitch. High fastball for ball 4.
Now batting from UC Irvine, number 30, Andre Antone.
Now the big guy, the power guy in the lineup for the Riptide, Andre Antone. Digs in. He's looking for his first base hit of the evening. Has the tying run at second base for Orange County. 4-2 ball game here in the bottom half of the 8th. The right-hander gets the pitch. Hit out towards left center field. Going back, Christian Franklin still going up. And you can say not by to that one. It hits off the base of the wall. But nonetheless, a bases clearing double for Andre Antone. I thought the ball had cleared the fence, but then I saw the center fielder corral it off the base of the left center field wall. But we'll take it. The Riptide take a 5-4 lead.
From Binghamton University, number 19, Connor Aoki.
Andre Antone wasted no time whatsoever. Got a fastball down the heart of the plate and was all over it. Left center field fence was his home, and he drove in all 3 runs on the bases for Orange County. It's a 5-4 ball game here in the bottom of the 8th inning. A balk is called. Now the runner on second base, Antone, is awarded third. Antone hit an absolute shot. For a split second there, I thought I had cleared the fence. I was ready to do my home run call. Then I saw the center fielder play it and throw it back into the infield. Murray Krause warming up in the bullpen for the OC Riptide. Hunter Aoki has a very important insurance run 90 feet down the line at third base. Pitches below the knees for a ball. It's 2-0. Four runs, 10 hits, 1 error for Santa Barbara. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Riptide. 2-0 hit out towards left field. Going back, Eric Kennedy looking up, and you can say bye to that one in 3 different languages. Sayonara, aloha, and adios. Connor Aoki brings them home. What an inning for the Orange County Riptide. Their offense had been awfully quiet up until this point in the bottom of the 8th. From down 4-1 to up 7-4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs this half inning for Orange County. All is well in Irvine, California. The fireworks have come early, and we are indulging in every single aspect of it. Blake Evans out of Georgia Southern University now steps into the box for Orange County. He fouls this one off towards the left side and out of play. Man, what a boost in energy for the Riptide. 6 runs have scored this half inning to give them a 7-4 lead late in the ball game. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Hopper hit back towards the mound. The pitcher is there. He throws on over towards first. Second out of the inning for Elijah Trust.
Who is that?
Chad Crosby.
Crosby, Miami.
Chad Crosby. Now batting from the University of Miami, number 7, Chad Crosby.
He's been sitting for Daniel Jung, right?
Yeah.
In place of Daniel Jung, Chad Crosby takes the plate here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. 7-4 ball game. That comes back to hit Crosby on the back, and I'll tell you, there's some bad blood between these two teams. Crosby is not going to take that lightly. Neither will the Riptide. Look for them to retaliate during the top half of the 9th inning. No doubt about it. I'm not going to say it was intentional, but the ball came straight towards Crosby. Let's just put it at that. The home plate umpire out to have a conversation with the pitcher on the mound. Let's see what unravels. There was some talk between, or at least in regards to bad blood in between these two teams prior to the game.
Now batting from the University of Tennessee, number 3, Matt Ferguson.
The Riptide have now batted around the lineup. Max Ferguson, who led off the inning, steps there into the box, takes the pitch for a ball. It's 1-0. Wow, what an exciting game. What an exciting game. You've got to love baseball. It's not over until the 27th out is recording. Throw back over towards first. Tag applied, not in time. The 1-0 pitch evens up the count at 1-1. Trust gets the sign, delivers the pitch. High fastball outside. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Wow. We've got to love it. Foresters on the verge of falling to 15-5 on the season. The OC Riptide on the verge of improving to 11-8. There goes a runner. He stops in between first and second. Throw down towards second base is applied at the back of Chad Crosby, but not before your Orange County Riptide brings 6 runs across the plate to take a 7-4 lead. To the top of the 9th we go. 3 outs away from capping off a wonderful evening here in Irvine, California with a victory. Sean Higgins out of Columbia University remains on the mound for the Riptide here in the top half of the 9th inning. It'll be Nick Bellafronte, Christian Franklin, Quentin Selma. If anyone gets on, Blake Hall. One ball and no strikes to Bellafronte. Higgins delivers the 1-0. On the outer half, it's now 2 balls and no strikes. Clemente Bonilla, the manager, out to have a chat with his pitcher on the mound. And looks like that'll be the evening for Sean Higgins. We'll take a short break. Merrick Krause takes over on the mound for the Riptide here in the top half of the ninth inning. 3 outs away from sealing the deal and sending Orange County home with a W. We'll take a look at the numbers for Merrick Krause on the season. Coming into the ball game, he has pitched 12 2/3 with a 1.38 ERA. Excellent numbers thus far as the 2-1 pitch is on the outer half, caught a strike. It's now even at 2-2. Well, perhaps some people were looking for the Riptide to come in and plunk one of the Foresters during the top of the ninth inning, but looks like that is not going to happen as the 2-2 pitch from Krause is fouled off the netting. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Count even at 2. Drew Baker at the plate for the Foresters. The right-hander delivers the pitch. Baker just able to get a piece of it to foul it off. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Inside for strike 3. Throw it around the horn, Connor Aoki. The first hitter Merrick Krause faces. The first hitter he strikes out.
Now batting number 13, Connor McKenna.
Righty on righty matchup. Connor McKenna at the plate. Krause delivers the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Tevin Tucker awaits on deck for the Foresters. Eric Kennedy in the hole. Krause delivers the 0-1 pitch. This one is in the dirt past the catcher. It's even at 1-1. Keith Franklin, the superfan, looking to cheer on his Santa Barbara Foresters. They lost the lead during the bottom half of the 8th inning. They were leading 4-1. They are now trailing 7-4. The 1-1 pitch. High fastball above the chest to transfer the count over to 2-1. The Orange County Riptide 4.5 games behind first place. Looking to trim that deficit to 3.5 with a victory over the Foresters tonight. 2-1 pitch runs inside. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Fouled back towards the netting. Count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. McKenna is 1 for 3 today with an RBI single. That came during the top half of the 2nd inning. Tevin Tucker in the on-deck circle is 0 for 3. 4 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for Santa Barbara. 7 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Orange County. Merrick Krause looks down the barrel to get a sign. Delivers a 3-2 payoff pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Throw it around the horn. Connor Aoki. Back-to-back Ks. Here we go.
Now batting number 2, Tevin Tucker.
Now it all lays on the shoulders of Tevin Tucker. Eric Kennedy on the top of the lineup steps into the on-deck circle. Tevin Tucker steps into the box. Krause gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outer half, 0-1. Merrick Krause throwing pure heat. That pop of the glove is very present here in Orange County Great Park Stadium. Here's the 0-1 pitch. High fastball above the chest. Makes the count 1-1. The Foresters scored once in the first, twice in the second, once in the the third, and that's all. The Riptide once in the bottom of the first and 6 times in the bottom of the 8th. Count is at 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Inside fastball. Now it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Here's a 3-1. Inside fastball taken for ball 4. Into the box steps Eric Kennedy. Kennedy is 1 for 4 today with a single. That was in the top half of the 3rd inning. Nick Bellafronto steps into the on-deck circle. 7-4 ball game. We're in the top half of the 9th inning. Merritt Krause looking to shut the door on the Foresters. Pitch that runs inside and low. 1 ball and no strikes. One and 0 pitch evens up the count at a strike. It's now 1-1. Eric Kennedy out of Tampa, Florida, swings and misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Krause gets the sign. The big right-hander delivers the 1-2 pitch. Outside fastball. The home plate umpire does not pull the trigger. It evens out the count at 2-2. The Santa Barbara Foresters 1 strike away from having their 5-game winning streak snapped. The 2-2 broken bat towards the right side. Ferguson throws over towards first. So not only did the broken bat of Nick Bellafronto snap, but also the winning streak of the Santa Barbara Foresters. It's a win, and a great win from Irvine, California. The final line in today's matchup: 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Foresters. 7 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Orange County. A 6-run